tell me. So it's not possible for me to keep eye contact all the time.
That's fine.
Okay. So could you please describe a time when you completed multiple tasks with quality? If you want, you can have some time to think about it, please.
Okay, I would like to have some water, if
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is
please
okay.
go ahead.
Thank you. Water only. Okay, I'm ready now.
Yeah,
Can we
please go ahead.
start?
Yeah, please.
Okay, I would like to give you an example when I was in the university, and where at that time it was in the month of April 2013. At that time, I had to deal with three multiple tasks. First one was I had to finish a revision for my end of term exam, and the second one was I had to complete a 6,000 word coursework, and then third task was just because I was feeling motivated, so I decided to volunteer a business skill session, which required a huge amount of tasks, and basically it was a multitask plan. So as a result of this, I was kind of struggling to completing those tasks, and I was stressed. So what I did to come out from that situation, I firstly initially I made a to-do list for every single task which I needed to complete, and then I prioritize those tasks on the basis of which task is important and which task is urgent. And then so I gave my highest priority to the review review session for my end of term time exam,
Mm-hmm.
and then I gave the second priority. It was on the second position on the priority list. That was the business skill session, because we had a short time scale there, and I gave less priority to the 6,000 words coursework because I had enough time to submit that if the submission deadline was after the some winter vacation. So just because I didn't want to create any urgency just before the deadline, so I decided to complete it on the month of April. So, and then what I did, I made a schedule for every single task, every single to-do list to in terms of to complete those. So my revision schedule ensured me that I completed my revisions just few days ahead of my term time exam, and 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 then my schedule for the business skill session provided me some contingency time for some, if in case anything important or emergency or unexpected situation arises. So then what I did, I found that business skill session was itself was a bigger task and the multitask. So I divided that into some smaller tasks, and I used the method called pyramid principles. And then after that, I delegated some of those tasks between two of other volunteers. And of course, before doing that, I was considering their strengths and weaknesses. And at the same time, I used to held meeting with them regularly, so that I just wanted to make sure that they are on top of the things. And also at the same time, I was keep monitoring closely that to-do list and that schedule plan, and I was ticking those tasks off every time when I used to complete every task. So as a result of that, I business skill session ran smoothly, and I achieved 2.1 in my end of term time exam,
Mm-hmm.
and as a first in 6,000 word coursework.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you so much. So I would like to say that as spending sufficient time on planning and effective time management are the key solutions to deal with multiple tasks and to deal with the conflicts. So I would say scheduling and then effective time management and planning helped me to organize and to finish my task effectively before the deadline.
Okay, thank you very much once again. Just give me some time to write down few notes. Yeah. Could you please give me an example where you had to achieve some goals, but you could not achieve um, exactly what you wanted to do because of some setback?
Right. Okay. Yeah. Um, I'd like to share with you and one of my experience when I was in the University of Greenwich, and I was working there as a treasurer with Greenwich India Society, and my responsibilities was to deal the financial issues that belongs to that society. So we received a setback at that time um, when we were planning to organize a auspicious program event called Diwali Festival. It is a quite popular Indian festival. At that time, we received a setback due to the lack of sponsorship, and that experience and that thing dispirited the whole team and leaving them traumatized. So what I did, I gathered my whole team members, and and I decided to come up. I had a discussion with them, and after that, I decided to come up with some innovative ideas to get some sponsorship. So what I did, I sent out our sponsorship pack to different organizations and companies, including National Union of Indian Student and the international office at our university, and some small enterprises. And also, at the meantime, what I did, I gathered my whole team member to motivate them, and I told them to show their commitment and to go on with the event. And I also uplifted their moral by saying that to forget about the fearful past and to think about the realistic future. And I also came up with some innovative ideas in terms of, for example, I suggested them to invite some emerging artist instead of the established artists, because that could save a lot of money for us,
Mm-hmm.
because we were struggling of the of the budget with the budget there. So that worked out really great. And then I also told them to focus on on our marketing strategy, so that we can create an awareness within the other students or the in the local community. And then I also advise to increase the price of the tickets so that we can make a good profit limit. And also I introduced some offers for the group ticket to and which worked out really amazingly. And and then finally we got a very good feedback from the student union, and then we were told that organizing such a successful event with a small budget, and that worked out amazingly. It's a bigger achievement in terms of recognition and the profit.
Yeah, I agree. So, দাঁড়াও, আমি যেতে দাও। Okay. Sorry, are you going to have any session here?
No, are you gonna help?
No, no, that's fine, that's
Do you
fine.
mind if I just
Please,
sit here?
help yourself.
I'll be quiet.
Okay, so can you please give me an example where you supported an individual to achieve a challenging goal?
Okay, okay. Is it okay to think about this
Yeah,
and
sure.
take a couple of moments?
Yeah, please take your time.
Okay, I'm ready now. Can I
Yeah,
tell you?
please.
Okay, I would like to share with you an experience when I was working with JD Sports as a supervisor. At that time, we had to deal with huge pressure when two of our senior colleagues left without notice, and that um, without notice, and then we were desperately looking for some high caliber performer who could join our team and who had a knowledge also, who have a knowledge of understanding to join our team. So due to the lack of resources, I had to appoint someone who was from different industry and different background, and also who didn't have any prior experience to working in the retail industry. So due to the lack of experience, I decided to sit with him, and I gave him a good knowledge transfer about the current environment, about the new environment,
Mhm.
about the management, and our sales and products and customer service. So I arranged a meeting with him, and I remember that.
Brilliant.
Mm. So I used to sit with him, and I arrange almost every day, and I arrange some informal question answer session with him. So and then finally I asked him to join some courses about products and sales and customer service. Those are conducting by the organization, and I particularly asked him to pay attention on customer service and dealing with pressure and the time management, because those are the key factors were associated with particularly with that role.
Mhm.
And then I used to sit with him on every Friday morning to get to know his update, that how far he has learned. And then I realized that there are some areas where he still needed to improve. Then what I did, I encouraged my other team members to help them while doing the work. And then slowly I started giving him more important work to boost his confidence.
Mhm.
So I still remember I used to encourage him a lot by saying that everyone in that team had gone through the similar kind of phase. So all he needed to be more focused and more proactive what he was doing. And yeah, mm, and I was so pleased to see him after 6 weeks, when I saw that he was dealing with complex customer queries, and he was conducting with the senior team members confidently and coming up with some new ideas about the store targets. And yeah, it was quite challenging, but thanks to his effort, that after 2 months he became one of